When Anna discovers a cryptic note hidden in her late husband's blazer, it pulls her into a journey of secrets, mystery, and a final chance to understand the man she thought she knew. But what will she find at the end of the road? Before we continue, have you subscribed yet? Hit that button for more amazing stories, and tell us in the comments where you're watching from. Anna's hands trembled as she carefully folded the sleeves of her late husband's old blazer. It was a charcoal gray blazer, the color of stormy skies, worn at the elbows and frayed at the cuffs. She hadn't had the heart to part with it since he passed away 6 months ago, but today felt different. She needed to let go of the ghosts that lingered in every seam. She laid the blazer in the donation box beside the front door. The box was half full already, filled with the echoes of a life she had shared with Daniel, his books, his record collection, even his chess set that still smelled faintly of pipe tobacco. Anna paused, smoothing her hand over the blazer's fabric one last time, when her fingers brushed against something hard in the inside pocket. Curious, she reached in and pulled out a small brass key. It was old and cold in her palm, with a tiny heart etched into its bow. Alongside the key was a folded piece of paper, yellowed at the edges as if it had been there for years. She unfolded it carefully, revealing a short, cryptic message written in Daniel's neat, blocky handwriting. Under the willow. Forgive me. A shiver danced down her spine. Under the willow? She read it again, heart pounding. The only willow she could think of was the ancient tree in their backyard, its branches heavy with weeping leaves. Memories flooded back. Summer afternoons in the shade of that tree, Daniel's laughter as he read her poetry, their whispered conversations about dreams and regrets. Anna clutched the key and paper to her chest, her breath coming in quick, shallow bursts. What could he have hidden there? She glanced at the blazer, then at the willow tree visible through the kitchen window. She had to know. Anna slipped on her shoes and stepped outside, the late afternoon light casting a golden glow over the yard. The willow's branches swayed gently, as if beckoning her closer. She could almost hear Daniel's voice in the rustling leaves. Beneath the tree, the ground was soft and mossy. She knelt, pushing aside the hanging branches. There was a hollow at the base of the trunk, a small cavity where the roots twisted and rose like ancient bones. She reached in, her fingers brushing against cool metal. It was a small, rusty lockbox. Anna's pulse quickened. The key fit perfectly into the lock. She turned it with a soft click, and the lid creaked open. Inside, she found an envelope with her name written on it. Underneath it lay a piece of paper with an address scribbled in Daniel's familiar handwriting. The address was unfamiliar, somewhere on the outskirts of town. Anna's brow furrowed, her heart hammering in her chest. She opened the envelope and found a letter dated 2 weeks before his death. My dearest Anna, there's something I have to tell you, a secret I kept all these years. Before we met, I had a son. I was young, reckless, and I abandoned him and his mother. I thought I could outrun my past, but I never stopped thinking about him. I never stopped wondering if he was okay. 1 month ago, I learned that his mother had died, and he was left alone. I thought of bringing him to live with us, but I was still afraid. I wanted to share a portion of my fortune with him, because no matter what, he deserved it. I hope you understand, Anna. This was never meant to hurt you, but to make things right. This address is where he lives. I wanted to find him, to make amends, but I didn't have the courage. If you ever meet him, please tell him that I loved him, even though I could never say it myself. I'm so sorry for the lies, for hiding this from you. Please, if you can, forgive me. I hope you'll understand that this doesn't change the love I had for you. Always yours, Daniel. Anna pressed the letter to her lips, her tears falling fast and hot. A son. Daniel had a child, a whole other life he had never shared with her. She sat back on her heels, staring at the address. A swirl of emotions, betrayal, sorrow, and an odd, fierce need to know clenched her heart. She didn't know what she would find at that house, but she knew she had to go. The next morning, she drove to the address, the letter tucked safely in her purse. The house was small and plain, with a peeling fence and a weathered mailbox. Anna sat in the car for a long moment, gathering her courage. Finally, she knocked on the door. The boy in his early 20s answered, his gaze cautious but curious. He had Daniel's eyes, the same warm brown, the same thoughtful expression. Anna swallowed, her voice shaking. "My name is Anna. I was Daniel's wife." The boy's eyes widened. "Daniel? My father?" She nodded, tears welling in her eyes. "Yes. He wanted me to find you, to tell you he was sorry, that he never stopped thinking about you." The boy looked at her, his lips parting as if he wanted to say something. His hands fidgeted at his sides, and she could see the uncertainty in his eyes. So like Daniel's. Silence stretched between them, heavy with decades of lost words and broken promises. Finally, Anna stepped forward and held out the letter, her hand trembling. "He wrote this for you. I think he hoped you'd understand." The boy took the letter slowly, his fingers brushing hers. He read the first few lines, and his shoulders shuddered as tears slipped down his cheeks. "I always wondered," he whispered, his voice cracking, "if he ever cared, if he even remembered." Anna's heart ached. She reached out, resting a hand on his shoulder. "He did, and I think he hoped this would be a new beginning for you both, even if he's gone." The boy looked up at her, his eyes bright with grief, and something else, a fragile hope. "I don't know what this means," he said softly, "but thank you for bringing this to me." Anna nodded, her own tears falling freely. "You're not alone, you know. He might be gone, but he left this behind, a chance for you to know the truth, and a chance for me to help you, if you'll let me." The boy hesitated, then slowly nodded. And in that quiet moment, as the sun broke through the clouds and spilled golden light across the peeling fence and the weathered mailbox, Anna felt something shift inside her. She realized that forgiveness wasn't just about letting go of the past. It was about opening her heart to the future. And in the eyes of this boy, she saw the echoes of the man she had loved and the possibility of a bond that might just heal them both.